Yes, I want to tell you a story. When I finish this story, whatever you make out of it, you can make any story out of it. But this story, I will not tell you now where this story is going. I want you to make, a sense out of this story I'm going to tell you. This thing happened in uh, in Denmark, I would say, because the case is finished. It's a case, an investigation, and sentencing of a crime. I just want to explain how the investigation started and how it ended. One day, two men were seen in a parking lot, like in front of in a shop, like ShopRite, for example. These two men were one man was standing, having a bag in his hand, a brown bag, and one off-duty officer, policeman who is not on duty, he has free, he has a free day. He went shopping from the shop and was coming out. As a policeman, he is very observant in people's characters and behavior. He was watching this man. The man looked nervous, standing looking around like if he was waiting for someone. And the man just was thinking, let me know what's going to happen. He went inside his car and stayed there in his car watching this man, observing him. The man was looking around. At a point, he took out his phone and make a call and, standing again and talk with someone on phone and standing again, looking around, just waiting. Then suddenly, after a few minutes, a car arrived. The car parked, and someone came out having a bag, a white bag. And this policeman and the nervous man was looking and saw the policeman, in the car. And the policeman quickly took out his phone and was, pretending to make a call, talking to someone, just maybe his family, wife or children, just he doesn't pay too much attention to them, but he was watching them through his the side, his side of his eye, and both of them they greeted each other. They just exchanged the bag. The guy with the white bag took the brown bag, and the brown bag, vice versa. And two of them jumped inside their cars and drove away. He noted the plate number of both cars. He noted it down, and they called his colleagues in the office and said, "You know what? This is what I observed. Can you find out who has, because through your car plate number they will know who you are. Even if you borrow the car, they will find out who borrowed that car, because where the car belongs, if it's a car hiring or a company, they will find out who have borrowed the car, and from there they will trace you." So they traced both men, and they know who they are, who they are, and they become interested. They wanted to know exactly what happened, and what they do was that the man mount somebody on this parking space, and to observe some days what will happen. And these people, there are two police officers, they observed that this man with the white plastic bag, he used to come and meet people who comes, different kind of people who come to meet him, and they exchange the bag. And they are taking note of those who are coming to him. They know who he is now, and the people who are coming, they find out who are these people. and through the car plate number. Some of them borrowed a car, and still they find out who borrowed that car and all that. They are just documenting everything. And what they did was that they didn't want to send people there anymore because maybe they will, trigger a suspicion. Because if the man see people watching them or whatever, they will know that something is happening. Maybe they will change the location. First, they mount cameras there, around there, and then they tap the man's phone, But that phone, they tapped the man's phone, but they couldn't see anything because the phone was in this kind of phone that you cannot trace. It's very difficult. But later they found out that they decoded it, anyway, through another partner they have abroad from France. You see? So what happened was that they monitored the man that comes with the white envelope, a white bag or envelope. They monitored him, and he have a family, a wife and children, and they monitor her when he goes and come in and all that. Then one day, they mount camera also around his home, and they are following them. It's very easy for them. They make it easy for them. They will just, every day, they just look at the camera, download what the camera have captured, and they analyze it. And one day, to cut the story short, one day, they traced one of the guys that came to pick up this package and exchange money. That was exchange something. And they followed the guy because they know who the guy is. The guy have been a criminal, have a criminal record. And they called one police officer to follow him. And they followed him to a place and they stopped him. And the police officer stopped you. You have to find, first they ask you, where's the license? You give them the license. And they took, and they asked him some questions. Do you have something in in the bar and the log in the bag and the boot? He said, no, you don't have anything in the boot. And he just went to see a friend and he's going home and he's tired, just this, that. Are you sure about that? Yes, I'm sure. Then they said, okay, let's check. Can you open your boot? Let's check. The man looked nervous, somehow, but he opened the boot. But by then he know that the game is over, and they opened the boot. He opened the boot, look and take out the white bag and ask him, come here. Are you who put this? He said, no, I don't know that somebody, maybe I borrowed this car from a friend, maybe he has something in the car and all that. Then they took it and opened it. There was a white powder was inside it. And they said to him, okay. They said, this car doesn't belong to you and he's a friend, okay, but can we test what is inside? And they tested and they found out it was drugs. And they arrested the man and go and locked him up, But this other man continued what he was doing, meeting other people, and they were just arresting all these other people one by one. They followed them, they arrest them, they arrest them. Then one day, at the same parking lot, two people came with a white van, and they brought out two jerry cans, like 2 jerry cans, and the man came and picked it up, and they exchanged the jerry can with envelope. That means payment. You can say. And then they followed the 2 men with the money. They have already captured them on camera and on video and everything. They followed them. They got them who they are, and they followed them, and they found out they come from another country, and they traced them and stopped them on the way and asked them. Then they have envelope full of cash. They were asking them, wow, they went on a business and blah, blah, blah. This, what kind of business? No, we supply the, blah. They just lied, just tell them whatever, I don't know. It's okay. Yeah, let them go. But they call the country that these people are coming and told them who these people are, because they see their information, they have taken their license and everything, and they call the country and told them who they are. They are investigating them there, and they told them, oh, we know them, they are criminals and blah blah. Okay, now they know that one, and they're still following their own man. And this chemical, it was the chemical the guy bought, and this chemical is being used to make the drugs. So, and this camera is capturing the man, but not inside the house. Then one day, they decided that this is enough. They have arrested enough people. They have gotten enough evidence. They followed them. Do you know how long they followed these people? This man, or these people? 1.5 years. 1.5 years. Do you know how much millions the man have made during this 1.5 years? They don't care. They have, that he made the money, but they know he will pay. He will pay for it. Then they came to the man's house. They are ready to arrest him now, but they want to catch him when he was, making the drugs. They came. He have 2 big dogs, barking in the house, and his wife. The dogs started barking because they have already come quietly. The mount, they surrounded the house, and the dogs, how they are. They saw them as they start barking immediately. Bah, 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 bah. And the wife came out and looked. There was nothing. They didn't see them because they're already in position. She went inside again. The dogs are barking again. They're barking. And she came out again. By then, when she came out, one of the police officers went to her and just pick her up and said, come. They pick her and pick her and walk her to their car where they parked a little bit far away. And, they told her that we are going to your house, that they think something is going on in your house. She said, no, nothing is going on. Is her husband home? Yes, he's not home. She said he's not home, and she don't know where he is and all that, so that's kind of thing. Then they said, okay, they will find out. They went there, and they were knocking the door, and the owner of that man, came out, because they wonder, why didn't the wife, what's happening? Why didn't the wife open the door for them or maybe they didn't. They think the man. They were disturbed. They came out to know what's going on. They opened the door and looked. There was nobody, and the wife was not there anymore. They went back inside again. Then they were not, but the dogs were barking. The man came out again, looked. By then the officers that were there have already taken positions, and they just went inside immediately. And he was, and surprised him, and told him that he's under arrest, that he wanted to check the house. And the other man was down. There are 2 men. One, they're inside the underground. They have underground warehouse. And they took the man down to that place. And the other man was standing there with this apron. And the 2 of them with apron, they put, where this... where the bath, baby bath, where you bath children, and they will have all this chemical inside, like water, and they were putting some other chemical, mixing it to make the drugs, And that was, when you're making the drugs, the chemicals are everywhere. So when they use mask and everything, put gloves, cover themselves, and they just arrested them. Took pictures, everything, and then they arrested them, and they carry out all these things, and the movement went away with them. And they have enough evidence, and they have their men, and what happened that they start prosecuting them, indicted them, and the prosecutor have already prepared the case, and they put them in their custody, and they contacted the court, and sued them to court. Those people, then they have their lawyers and everything, and they started the case. Do you know that in the end, they were able to indict both the wife? The wife, they gave her a little sentence because she claimed that she didn't know that such a thing is happening in the house where she lived. And these people collectively, they arrested about 11 people in all, total. And they gave them the sentencing was about 129 years. They divided, this person, like that person that were making the head person, the man that arrested with the other guy that were making the drugs, got the highest, got life jail, and this person got 12 years. The wife got, I think it was 3 months or something like that, and the other person 7 years. They shared, all of them together got 129 years. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I compared it with how Nigerian system works. Nigeria have the resources to make this kind of investigation and arrests. But do they do it? No. These people did not involve even the media. Not this media trial Nigeria does. When they see something, they just go and arrest somebody, then they start looking for evidence. Trying to plant this, do this, trying to ask people, hey, do you know this man and what he's doing? And people, using the media to paint man black and a black. They don't do that here. They collected every evidence used for 1.5 years. 18 months. They were following these people, arresting, putting them away, and in the end, they collected all these things and put them in that case. Then they share the sentencing. This is what you will experience, and you think Nigeria have a very long way to go. They know exactly what to do. They know they can do this and they will be perfect in it. But can they do it? No, because they are corrupt. Very corrupt. The criminals corrupted them. Some of them are criminals. They work with the criminals in order to perpetrate big crime. They go and arrest innocent people and put them out. Those who don't want to, cooperate with them or whatever, and they paint them black. You see, we have a long way to go. So think about this, and you just, ponder over it, and you comment on the comment section. What do you think? Have you got such experiences? Or this thing, what did it teach you in your pursuit for a better life, for a better society? You see? So thank you very much. This is what I have for you today. And I thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.